Plastic is a material that is lightweight and cheap to produce, but it's also one of the biggest reasons for ocean pollution, which we are reminded of on the news every time a dead animal washes up on shore, such as this whale that was filled with over 100 plastic cups found in its stomach. So the question is, who is responsible for all this pollution? Well, the biggest key players are Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, and the biggest of them all, China, with over 76% of waste mismanaged. The reason is that they were dumped in landfills that were not well contained, which led to plastics to escape. Starting in 1992, China started to import plastics from other countries. It has bought up to 42% of consumer plastics since then, adding 15% to their plastic waste. Why? The plastic could be then processed and turned into other goods. Well, the biggest problem is that some of them cannot, and not all plastics can be reused. Plastics are labeled through a metric system of 1 through 7, and some of them are easier to reuse than others. The two most common plastics are, number 1, polyethylene terephthalate, which are found in clothes and disposable bottles. Number 2 would be high-density polyethylene, which we found in the milk jugs and the toys that are processed. So judging through this metric system, number 3 to 7 are then harder to process. Single-use coffee cups from Starbucks, for example, contains a small layer of polyethylene, which is number 4 on the metric scale. This allows the coffee cup to be liquid-proof, which means that the material in this cup has to be separated first before it could be recycled, and this process is very tedious and expensive as well. So most waste management companies just treats these cups like it's trash. This is the same with food containers that still has food or liquid in them, causing them not to be able to be recycled and just discarded as well. Since China couldn't use all these plastics, so they are just forced to dump them in the trash instead of recycling. At 693 metric tons, the US was the second biggest seller of plastic, meaning we exported all of our plastics to China. But at the start of 2018, China stopped all consumer import of plastics completely, since they were tired of accepting all of our low quality plastics, and it always eventually ended up being dumped in the ocean. Our waste management system wasn't ready for all this new influx of plastics, since we have been exporting all of it to foreign countries all this time, meaning that all the plastic we used to send overseas now just goes right to the landfill. Well, you may be wondering, with such a big global problem, what can each of you do to help reduce this? These are the next steps that you can do to help reduce plastic waste and make an impact. Number 1 would be just use less plastic. Self-explanatory. Number 2, rinse plastic before recycling, because as stated earlier, companies do not recycle food containers or Starbucks coffee cups if there's liquid and food still inside the container when you recycle them, because they just go straight to the trash. Number 3 is very simple, don't litter. It's 2020, who the fuck still litters? Number 4, ditch plastic bags. One reusable bag saves about 300 plastic bags per year. Last but not least, number 5, stop using bottled water. One reusable container equates to 150 plastic water bottles per year. It takes about 3 times more water to produce a plastic water bottle than it does to fill one up.